Sir, the Indians are coming. We're getting overrun. What do we do?
Son, give me my trapdoor. I'll show you. Fuck you, Indians. Alright, I don't actually condone shooting Indians. Pedophiles, yes. But today we have an overview on my 1884 Trapdoor with ramrod bayonet. And as you can see, it's already having some issues because that was below the muzzle. Anyways, so we're going to be doing a few tests with this today. Accuracy, speed test, and then Mozambique because we're autists. So this should be pretty fun, and I'll get into the history of it in just a second. So today we're going to be starting the test off of this Trapdoor 1884. We're going to be doing 3 shots each at that 100-yard. And the ammo we're using today is by Steinel. They did not sponsor. I just like this brand. And it's the 4570 government. Sorry, my hands are shaky. At 1,300 feet per second out of a 32-inch barrel. And it's 405 grain. And this is a 32.5-inch barrel. And we'll get more into the specs in a minute. So let's go shoot. So to load, you just half cock it, lift the lever up, push it forward, smack it down, go to full cock, and then you should be ready to go. And now mind you, I'm not a precision shooter, so I could just be the one fucking up. But I'll show you in just a second. This gun might not be the most accurate representation of how accurate a trapdoor is. Because if you take a look, here's the muzzle tip test. It eats all the bullets, so it's a bit worn, but this is a 100-plus-year-old gun, so give it some credit. It's still working, still shooting. Just probably not accurately. Cool, let's go take a look at my shots, and we'll compare it to his. Cool, so I was aiming here. We got one shot right there. Actually, that kind of looks like 2, does it? Zoom in really quick. See that? Does that look like 2? That might be 2. And then I think that might be the other one. So it looks like it's shooting a little left, but like I showed you with the muzzle bullet tip test, it's been used a few times. So we'll go do Bailey's now and see if he does better. So I've shot this more than Bailey, so I just let him do some dry fire tests. So we'll see if he's accurate at all.
I'm a marksman.
Today, I'm going to be going over a brief history of this. I'm not Ian McCallum, or I'm not the guys over at CNR, so give me a break if I get something wrong. The reason why the Trapdoor came along is because in 1861, the U.S. saw a need for faster repeating firearms. You had the Henry models and all the Spencer carbines and stuff, which were cool, and they're drippy, but they're not cheap or good. So after the war, the Civil War, in 1865, the Master Armor of Springfield Armory came up with a device called the Allen conversion. A guy named Erskine S. Allen, I remembered, and what he did was pretty much just this. There was a much more complex version of this, though, for the first pattern Allen conversion in 1865, and then in 1866 he came up with the second pattern, which was formally adopted as the model 1866 breech-loading rifle in 50-70. The first Allen conversion shot a 58 caliber projectile. I don't know the rest of the stats on the projectile. So then in 1868, the U.S. government started producing actual receivers and not transferring the muskets and converting the muskets into breech locks. And then in 1873 is when they switched from 50-70 to 45-70. Then in 1877, then they routed out a channel in the buttstock because they're having issues with the cartridge at the time, which was made of copper instead of brass, and they would need to have a shell extractor. The next model was the 1879. The only major change was the sight. There was a lot of rear sight changes on this, mine being the latest and the greatest one. Probably not the greatest, actually. And then we get to my kind of my gun, which is the 1884 style. And this was kind of the last mass-produced version. However, with mine, you can see right here, it's a little special. There's the 1880, the 1884, and then the 1888 versions of the ramrod bayonet, mine being an 1884. And that's pretty much the history. These things served from 1865 all the way up to 1892 when it was replaced by the 1892 Krag 3040, but would actually still see service in the reserves and also service in the Spanish-American War in 1898, and would continue being in the reserves until the 1920s, and would also see some use by the police in the labor challenges in 1920. So if I got anything wrong, sorry. I'm just learning about this thing, so. POV, you're an Indian who has lived on this land for thousands of years. So for this next test, we're going to be doing as quick as we can, many rounds downrange in under a minute. So in the manuals that I saw and was reading about, they said that a well-trained soldier can shoot a trapdoor with 15 to 20 rounds a minute. I have 15 rounds in here. We'll see if I can get this all done in a minute. It'll be a challenge because I don't have the proper gear or as much training as those guys did, but we're also going to try to strive for accuracy. We're only about 10 yards away, so we'll see who does the best. Cool. And he has a shot timer, and then I have a minute timer here. So I'll start the countdown. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. All right, so I don't even think I got double digits. All right, how many do I have left? I did 9 shots in 58 seconds. Dang. Okay, maybe I'm not that guy. Maybe I am not that guy. Woo, that guy. This guy got hot pretty. You can see the issues with the ramrod bayonet. So let's go check the target. This thing's hot. Oh dang, I thought I could do at least 10. So let's see, 1, that looks like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't seem right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool, so most of mine are there, so you just gotta do better.
Just your average Mexican left-handed shooter shooting a trapdoor that only supports you bullshit right-handers. We'll see how this goes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right, this is how he did. 7 shots in 58 seconds. How do you feel?
That's fun. I like that.
Let's go check out your target. All right, let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And we got 7 right there.
7 neck shot.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So I don't know. You hit the red. I never did. So this is my group right here. Oh, who do you guys think won? Me.
Come on.
Nah, me. Me, bro. POV, you're in Chicago in the late 1880s. Ayo, break yourself. So, tip to butt, just like Grand Thumb. So, we have a 45-70 gun. That means a... What? What? I'm kidding. It's a 45 diameter projectile. We have the rod bayonet. This is not standard to most trapdoors. This is kind of a small thing. It wouldn't appear back on a U.S. firearm until the early 1903s, and then they realized that they suck. I'll show you why they suck. This is how you... So to unlatch this thing, you have to push in this way, push in this way. It's on a rotating system. It's a bit hard to get out, but when it does extend, it's taller than Bailey. It's pretty much like right here, up to me. I'll show a picture right here now. But this is a pain to get out and a pain to get back in, because this is the only little bit of knurling on there for your fingers to grab. That's about it. Next, we come down here. We have the first sling loop. This thing is actually not a sling loop. This is a stacking swivel. You'll see this all the way up onto the M14, where people can just take 3 guns of the same length, stack them together, make a little teepee. No one really did that. They just either laid it on the ground or laid it against something. So we'll come down here. We have an 1887 pattern sling, I believe. This one was made by World War Supply. It's a reproduction. We come back down. This one is probably just specific to my model, but, oh God, these bugs. But the band right here, the retaining band, does come out because the spring is not powerful enough. Then we have the Buffington rear sight. This is the last sight that will be on the Trapdoor. Then we have the actual lock itself. So this looks a lot like a musket because this is derived from a musket. It pretty much is a musket besides its cartridge. So there's a safety cock, half cock, and then full cock. The half cock is for loading and unloading, and you can see the firing pin right there. If you have yours, you should see a model make right there. This says model 1884. It's very worn down because this is an old gun. And then you have your serial number right here. And that's how you would date it. The National Park Service has all the serial numbers recorded, so if you're curious, that's how you do it. Let me show you the really simple but really weird looking internals. So you have obviously the firing pin right here. It's free floating, so don't drop it, with a round in the chamber. Then you have your extractor right here. If you have one of these guns, make sure you get a bunch of these little extractors because they do break really quick. That's probably the only part on your gun that won't be original. Then you have the ejector right here, which is just literally a little nub. So if you hit it with enough force, it should pop out. And then here's the locking lug. That's it. That's why you don't shoot full power 45-70. You have to shoot either reduced load or black powder loads. Then we come to the back. You should see a marking right here with the date of manufacture on the stock. Sometimes the stocks were switched out because things get broke, especially with infantrymen. Then we have our buttstock. A lot of the models will have a couple of tools in here. The tools being shell extractor. This is a second variant, and a gun takedown tool. So you can't field strip this gun. You have to actually completely disassemble it. So they keep a tool in the back here for your leisure. So I recorded some stuff about the trigger and the trigger pull. However, the audio was kind of crap, so you're getting me just waking up in the morning, editing everything. So check clear. It's clear. The Springfield Trapdoor will go to that trigger. There's no slack. It's just straight wall, one single stage trigger, and that's a very, very heavy pull. It's about a 9-pound pull from what it feels like. It's just, let me do it with my other hand. Yeah, at least it's a nice break. It's a solid break, single stage trigger, but it is heavy, and it's not a precision trigger. So there's the trigger for you. Anyways, that is the Springfield Trapdoor tip to butt.
POV, you're my uncle and you're trying to touch me in my no-no square.
Bailey, take it away.
Not a lot of people know this, but the Mozambique was originally going to be used to kill Robert Kennedy by Sirhan, but he found that a simple headshot was a lot more effective.
All right, shooter, understand the course of fire.
I do.
All right, ready? All right, so he got first shot off in 182, and then second shot off in 11 seconds, and third shot was 22.28. And here's how he did. So hit right, pretty good on the chest, but he kind of skimmed the head here. So we'll see how good I can do it.
POV, you walk into my house on Christmas Eve and I've had a few beers. Do you understand the course of fire?
Yes, sir.
Shooter ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
You can't touch me. That's my purse. Ah! Fuck, I missed. I just slid it down.
We got a first shot of 342, split of 575.
Ooh.
And a final split is 641. Let's go see how he did on paper.
I fucking missed that last one. Yeah, I just missed. I pulled it probably. So it looks like some of these are tumbling. So that might be, yeah, that's just the gun.
The backbone of any good military.
Who wouldn't want to lug around a 12-pound rifle for miles upon miles in the U.S. Army Infantry?
Oh, yes. Manifest destiny. I'm really feeling it now.
I also forgot to record an outro. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little video. This is a really cool gun, really long gun. And it's one of my favorites in my collection. I just wish the barrel was a little bit better on it, but it's a fun little range toy. I'm not shooting competitions with it, so I'm not too upset. And it looks really cool, and it's a fun fidget. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, whatever you want, because I'm not gonna stop you from exercising your First Amendment rights. Please, if you want to see more, let me know. I really like doing these things because it's just fun. It's fun to go out to the range and enjoy some buddy time. And sorry for all the sniffling in this video. I've been a little sick. I'm just kind of getting over it. So anyways, have a great day.